Thank you for joining me today for a 15-minute chair-based yoga class. I like to call this Yoga for Life. I'm going to take you through a 15-minute session where we begin the class by opening and centering ourselves to presence. We'll then use the chair to do a few yoga postures, and then we'll close the session with a breathing and meditation practice. So if you haven't done so already, I'll give you an opportunity to find a comfortable chair. I'm using this lovely one here. Take a moment to do that. And once you find your chair, place yourself in it, connecting your feet to the earth, to the ground, really grounding your feet and feeling rooted and comfortable. You'll see that I've shimmied myself to the front of the chair so that my legs are at right angles to the chair. So I mentioned that we're going to start with a centering practice, and this is connecting ourselves to presence. You may ask, what is presence? Presence is all around us. It's the opportunity to be still and to connect with our center, to take a moment to just be present with your mind, your body, and your soul. I find a great way to access presence is through using poetry. So I've got a beautiful book here called Go In and In by Dana Folds, and I'm going to read a poem to you called Being Present. Breathe, relax, and feel. Take time to slow down the pace of life. Watch the rise and fall of moods, the birth and death of dreams. Feelings and sensations seem so real, yet they shift like the changing clouds and flow with the high tide out to sea again. Allow it all to be. No need to grasp or push away. Present with each moment, the whole of you, body, mind, and soul, opens to receive. So as we sit with these words of being present, I suggest or invite you to take the opportunity to connect with your breath, as this really helps bring you into this presence. I can invite you to maybe close your eyes, or if that's not comfortable for you, you can avert your gaze onto the floor. You don't have to worry about looking at the screen for a moment or two, just to find your breath. And as you find your breath, I want you to focus on these two simple words, in and out. And as you take an inhale, say the word in. And as you take an exhale, say the word out. So in and out. In and out. In and out. Beautiful. So now that we've connected ourselves to our breath, we've grounded our feet onto the floor, and we're feeling connected in our body, we're going to begin a few postures using the chair. So bring your hands into prayer at the heart center. You're not bound to any god or any religion, but we're just going to do a simple neck exercise. We're going to drop the head forward to the palms of the hand, and then we're going to bring the head in a circular motion to the left ear and all the way back and look up to the ceiling, and then to the right ear and right shoulder, and then back forward to the palms of the hands, and then go the other direction. Right ear to right shoulder, all the way back to the ceiling, left ear to left shoulder, and then back forwards to the palms. And then slowly bring your head back up to neutral. Beautiful. So we're going to bring our hands now down to the chair. We're going to grab hold of outside of the chair. You can open your eyes now if you haven't done so already, so you can look at what I'm doing. And we're going to just do a simple, what we call cat-cow exercise. But it's an opening of the chest and a rounding of the spine. So firstly, we're going to curl the body in and concave and use the chair as leverage. And then expand and push your chest out and look up to the ceiling as you do this. And then curl the head in, curling the spine and making a rounded back. And again, expanding and coming out, bringing the neck back and looking to the ceiling. We're going to do this 1 or 2 more times as we're curling in. We're taking an inhalation. And as we're coming out, we're going to take an exhalation. And you may want to do what we call the lion's breath and go with your tongue. So curling in and then curling out. 1 more time. In and then out. Wonderful. So now we're going to just do a little bit of hip opening and shoulder opening. So we're going to bring the right leg up off the ground, and then we're going to place that right foot on the left knee. If this is possible. If this is not possible, just bring the right knee and hold it up like I'm doing. But if this is possible, that's great. Placing the right foot onto the left knee. And we're going to use something with the arms. So if you are holding the knee, you won't be able to do this next movement with the arms. But if you're like me, you may. So take the arms out and bring the right arm underneath the left arm. This is called eagle pose. And you may just be in this position, or you may be able to get a further twist. And then you're just going to curl in again like you just did a moment ago and expand out. Curling in, and then bring the body a little bit further down and then curling out. Let's try it 1 more time, going in, and let's pause here as you bring the arms towards that bent leg and then coming out again. And then unravel the arms and place the leg down. For those of you that were just holding the knee, you can place the knee down. Great. We're going to do the other side now. So taking the left leg and placing the left foot on the right knee. And for those of you that can just manage this, stay here. You're getting a fantastic hip opener. I know it doesn't feel like much. It really is important to really do. We call this wind removing pose. So have an opportunity to really focus on what you're doing with your breath as well. So we're in this position, and now we're going to open the arms out, and this time we take the left arm underneath the right arm. And you're just going to curl in and out. And go down, rounding that spine and pushing yourself up again. And this last one, we're just going to stay here in this lower position, bringing the arms towards that bent leg and the head resting, if possible, on the hands. And then coming out. Lovely. Now unravel the arms and drop the leg down. So this next posture, we're going to move the chair and ourselves upwards. And you may want to bring the chair and just turn it as I have done here. And this is now called downward dog. So you're going to rest your hands on the chair and you're going to walk your feet back a little bit so that you're in a little bit of what we call a V shape. And you're going to let your head hang between the arms. And taking a lovely deep breath here. Really feeling the feet connecting to the earth and the arms getting a lovely stretch here. And opening up the sides body. Great. Now you might need to just push that chair a little bit further back, and we're going to do another posture which is called upward dog. For some of you, this may be a little bit more challenging. But you're going to bring the body forward And you're going to roll over onto the tips of the toes like I've just done there. And then you're going to look up to the ceiling. And then you're going to roll back over and you're going to come into this downward dog position again. So let's have another go at that. Rolling over the toes. This is called upward dog. And pushing the head forward. Beautiful. And you're starting to open up that spine a little bit more. And one last time. Lovely. Great. Now we're going to walk ourselves back to the floor and we're just going to come seating on the floor. And as you find yourself sitting on the floor, I'm going to ask you to do some very simple spinal twists. So taking the left hand onto the right knee and dropping the right hand behind you. Just take the head and the body and do a spinal twist looking to the back wall. And then coming forward and changing. Right hand on left knee and twisting the body. Beautiful. So we're just going to begin our closing sequence now. And I advise you to find a book if you can. Not to worry if you don't. I have a very heavy sandbag here. But I'm going to take my legs and I'm going to push them up onto the chair. And then I'm going to lie back and I can find a heavy book and place that on the shins. And that really roots my shins down. And then I'm just going to lie back on the floor and find my breath again. And as you're finding your breath, you're going to do exactly what you did at the beginning of the class. Find the in-breath and the out-breath. In-breath and out-breath. And work on lengthening that in-breath and that out-breath. So inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. And exhale, 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Now just take a moment to be in stillness with your breath. Now if you've got something like I do on the shin, see if you can take it off. And what you're going to do is just bend the knees into the chest, give your chest a little bit of a hug with your knees like this, and then roll over to the right hand side. And then you can slowly find yourself in a seated posture. And as we come into the seated posture, we're just going to close the practice. Remember I said that this is yoga for life and we're connecting to presence. So take a moment in this last minute to really feel the value of this practice. The opportunity to reset, recalibrate, and find your inner peace. Thank you very much for joining me. Namaste.